Good morning and welcome to Our Issues Milwaukee. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. Our focus this morning is on a brave little girl who is battling sickle cell disease. For the African American community, sickle cell disease is a major health issue. It can also affect Mediterranean, Middle Eastern, and Asian Indian ancestry. And there's a growing segment in the Latino American population who are also affected by this disease. In the U.S., 1 out of every 400 births has sickle cell, and it's estimated that 1 in 12 African Americans has sickle cell trait. I'd like to introduce you to that brave little girl who has lots of spunk and personality, my friend Tia, and her mother, Mickey Wilson. We're also being joined by Mr. Todd Coleman, who is the blood program consultant for BloodCenter of Wisconsin. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you so much for being here. And Todd, I'd like to start off giving everybody at home a better understanding of what sickle cell disease is and how it affects the body.
Sickle cell disease is a very, I call it an ugly blood cancer. It's where the blood sickles or shapes kind of like a crescent moon. And because of that, the blood does not flow through the body the way that it should when your normal red cells are whole. And when that happens, it causes the whole blood cells or other cells to kind of follow up behind it, and it causes a blockage. And most patients who are battling from sickle cell disease have areas of fatigue. They have symptoms where they have achy bones because blood is not flowing, and the nutrients from the blood, like oxygen and even your plasma and those things that are healthy for your blood, are not getting to the centers of the body where it needs to go. And so a lot of patients who suffer from that, you find, suffer from TIAs or miniature strokes. I've had a patient who actually had to have double hip replacement at the age of 18.
Wow.
And so it's a very severe and a very critical and disease, and man, we're just trying to find all kind of ways to eliminate it.
Yeah, and that's why we're here today, so we can definitely better educate everybody on how they can help make a difference and give the gift of life. Mickey, as I mentioned, Tia is battling sickle cell disease, and thankfully she's doing very well these days. Give us a little background on what she's been through up to this point.
She's been battling sickle cell for 7 years, and just this year, this summer, we were blessed to have a bone marrow. Tia was blessed to have a bone marrow transplant. My son, Manriguez, was her donor, and she's going on 6 months. It's going on 6 months now since she's had the bone marrow.
It's wonderful.
And she's doing awesomely well. She is book bag free.
Book bag free.
As she said, she went home on fluids. She had a central line in her chest where she had to it's
some sort of port.
Yeah, it's a portable IV type thing that she had to have. And just a couple of weeks ago, we got it out.
Wow.
So she's book bag free.
That's awesome.
And Tia's smiling over there.
Yes.
So, Tia, tell me what it feels like to be book bag free. How you feeling these days?
Good.
Good. So, can you tell everybody at home, how did you feel when you had sickle cell and it made you sick? What are some of the things you had to do to feel better? You remember?
Take medicine.
You had to take medicine and all that stuff. Was it hard for you to play with your friends?
Tell her yes.
I think she's hypnotized by the cameras, because I know you, Tia, and Tia is a talker, but we're going to let her kind of hang out a little while. And Todd, sickle cell disease, as you had mentioned, can have a wide range of effects on the body, including organ damage, and that is exactly why diagnosis and treatment is so very important. And BloodCenter of Wisconsin, needless to say, plays a huge role in helping people deal with treatments such as blood transfusions and marrow transplants, such as what Tia's gone through. So talk a little bit more about the Be the Match registry and how viewers at home can help make a difference.
Sure, I would love to. Be the Match registry is an affiliate or part of the World Marrow Donor Association. It is the largest and most diverse registry in the entire world. Be the Match currently has a little roughly, give or say, 12.5 million registered donors. but it's not as diverse as we would like it to be. 70% of those that are registered are Caucasian, and the remainder 25% fall between the remaining minorities. African Americans make up probably roughly just about 7% or more of that registry, which is not enough.
Yeah, and I'm on the registry, and it's real simple to be put on the registry. It's like a swab, right?
And that's all it is a swab.
And then your information is stored, and if somebody comes along and you're a match, then you have an opportunity to save a life, just like Tia's brother has helped make a difference in her life. So people can just give the Blood Center a call or go online to get more information, right?
That is correct. You can call 877-BE-A-HERO, or from the comfort of your own home, you can just go online to Be the Match, and they will mail you a registration packet and kit. And from the comfort of your home in front of your family, which to me is more engaging, just a simple swab, send it back in, and your information is stored until you're identified as a potential match.
And then you still have the option, if you're called, whether you want to go through with it or not. But usually when somebody takes the step to be put on the registry, they've given it thought and they are ready to give the gift of life.
That is correct.
Yes.
That is correct.
So, Mickey, like you said, Tia's older brother was a marrow match. And what was the process that they went through in order to get this all taken care of?
He had to go through like a body screening to make sure that his lungs were strong enough, his heart was strong enough, and that he was healthy. And also with Tia, they also had to do the same thing with her to make sure her body was strong enough for the process, because she had to go through chemo before everything, because they had to kill all the cells in her body first before she can even get the bone marrow from my son.
Wow, and you were telling me off camera that soon you're going to go through a test to see if his cells are taking over, where then she will be sickle cell free.
Yes, she would have, because she would have sickle cell trait.
Okay.
But it's called a cell-to-cell test, and they're going to see whose cells are growing the most.
Okay. So fingers crossed when you deal with that.
Yes, so we're praying that it's my son's.
Absolutely. And you actually have lost other family members due to sickle cell, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've lost a son at the age of 7.
Wow.
I lost a nephew at the age of 19. And we just buried my sister this year, February, at the age of 42.
Wow, you've been through a lot in dealing with this, and so to have you here today to really let our viewers know how they can make a difference means a lot. Thank you so much for that. And I did, Todd, want to quickly make sure we mention the qualifications for someone to actually be on the registry and possibly be a match.
Well, the registry asks that anyone who desires to register must be between the ages of 18 and 44. They must be willing to go through it if identified as a potential match. And really that's it.
Okay.
Just be between the age of 18 and 40.
Process.
It's a simple process.
Real simple, okay.
And it's not time consuming, takes less than 15 minutes to register. And just be available when you're called to be a match.
Yeah, and the thing is when we talk about the holidays, everybody's worried about what gift to give for this person and that person. This is something that really doesn't cost you a penny, but really is priceless when you're talking about giving the gift of life. So this is the perfect time to start thinking about doing that and donating blood as well. Now, your neighbor, Christopher Porterfield, and he's a member of a band, so he's a real live musician. He actually wrote a song for Tia and really surprised you and your family and performed it at a concert, right?
Yes.
Talk about that.
It was amazing. We were all blown away. We all cried when we heard the song. I sent it to family members and friends, and we kept playing it over and over again.
Yeah.
And one day he shared with me that my youngest son seen him going into his house with groceries, and he just ran over and just jumped up and gave him a hug and told him thank you.
That's awesome. And that's what it's all about, just having people to support and care. And we're so lucky to have Christopher here today. So Tia didn't want to talk to me too much, but I got a feeling she's in the mood for singing, right, Tia? Yes. Yeah, she's in the mood for singing. So we're going to go to break and check out this song live right here in the studio, Mr. Christopher Porterfield, along with Jalen, who is on the harmonica.
All right, here we go.
She's the sweetest girl I know. I live in Tia's neighborhood. Tia is 8 years old. Tia's got a smile for miles. Tia's got the prettiest eyes. Tia's got a special condition. It can make things hard sometimes, but she is the bravest girl in the whole wide world. Meet her just one time and you'll see she is the bravest girl in the whole wide world. Just like that, she could be your friend Tia. Tia's got the biggest heart, and it's all full up with love. And Tia was born with this funny blood, it doesn't always do enough. Sometimes she gotta borrow some other blood from people like you and like me. Oh, it's so important to share with others when we got more than we need. For the bravest girl in the whole wide world. Meet her just one time and you'll see she is the bravest girl in the whole wide world. Just like that, she could be your friend Tia, your friend Tia, your friend Tia.
I was laughing at you because I saw you on there. You wasn't even looking.
That was absolutely awesome. I loved it, and that's why I asked you here today. Christopher Porterfield, and you have to tell everybody at home, it's been established that you guys are neighbors. How did you come up with this song?
You know, I don't know. It's just you try to be a good neighbor and a good friend, and I've known this family for a few years now, and I'm a songwriter for work. I have a band, and we travel all over the place most of the year. And so when I was talking to Mickey, I don't know, if I was a carpenter, I'd help him build a deck. If I had a lawn mowing business, I'd mow the lawn. So this is what I do, and I was really pleased to be able to make something that's useful.
It's awesome. And you said you are a member of a band, so what's the name of that band?
Band's called Field Report.
All right. I think a lot of people out there are familiar with that one. And last question, just wanted to find out more about someone actually offering you the opportunity to record this song.
Yeah, so we all played the song together at the Field Report show at the Pabst Theater a few weeks ago, and a studio owner was at the show and said that he would love to donate his time in his studio to make like a real good version of it. So we're going to do that hopefully in the next couple of weeks, and then we're going to put it up as a download, and you can kind of pay what you want, and then all the money will go to Tia.
Wow, I wish I had a neighbor like you. Awesome man, Christopher Porterfield. And when we return to Our Issues Milwaukee, we'll continue our conversation with Mickey Wilson and her daughter Tia. We'll also find out more about Make-A-Wish Wisconsin, which recently granted Tia with the wish of a lifetime. We'll talk more about that right after this.